Framingham moves forward with conditional MBTA Communities Act compliance as the City Council looks to reduce the size of the downtown central business district. The MetroWest Chamber of Commerce holds a reception for local legislators to discuss business developments within the region, and the Century Chinese Language School rings in the Year of the Snake with their annual gala, as we put a spotlight on the event as well as the work of the school itself. I'm Brendan Fitzpatrick, and this is The Frame. Framingham News in Focus. Hi, and welcome to The Frame, an initiative of Access Framingham. After a few weeks off, we begin again with Framingham's work to comply with the MBTA Communities Act, as the City Council has moved to proceed with the conditional compliance granted by the state 2 weeks ago. That compliance was given after Mayor Charlie Sisitsky proposed the downtown central business district as an area that meets the demands of the state zoning law for multifamily housing. On Monday, February 3rd, the City Council's Planning and Zoning Subcommittee approved of that conditional compliance, though some members did propose reducing the area that the CB district covers. During Tuesday's full City Council meeting, Brandon Ward of District 2 contended that local officials should use the next few months, while Framingham does have compliance from the state, to see how the central business district can be shrunk, while still ensuring that the city can zone for the amount of multifamily units required.
I get that if we make any changes to the CB district, we fall out of compliance. So let's not do that until we have a plan that would be compliant.
District 1 City Councilor Christine Long pointed out that the state legislation is not for optional zoning. With that, she proposed accepting the conditional compliance before further addressing housing developments across Framingham on the community's terms.
We want more housings, but we want to have the option to have our ability under a special permit to be able to craft the housing we want. With this housing under MBTA zoning, you lose all of that. That's what you're going to get, and I don't want that.
City Council Chair Phil Ottaviani of District 6 suggested having each part of Framingham, including parts like Knobscott or properties such as Shoppers World, addressed individually, with local leaders using community input to develop future plans for housing and zoning.
Us being in compliance is wonderful, and then separately on another track, we look at what we can do in the CB district, and then let the Planning and Zoning Subcommittee do what they need to do. One piece or one section of town at a time. No one's going to be pleased 99% of the time, but if we get 60-70% of everybody pleased in their areas, and it's good for the city, I think that's what we need to look at.
The City Council eventually moved to go forward with the conditional compliance, while potential revisions to the downtown CB district have been referred to the Planning and Zoning Subcommittee. We'll continue to update you on that zoning story here on the program, as well as on our website, www.theframe.news. Additional written articles, featured videos we've completed across Framingham, a community calendar full of local events, and more can all be found there. Subscribe to our email newsletter to make sure that you never miss an update. Follow The Frame on Instagram @FrameNews_, and find us on Facebook too. Subscribe to Access Framingham's YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever a new episode of our local news program is uploaded. Full Frame episodes are also available on Spotify. Listen to or watch the show there. The MetroWest Chamber of Commerce held their annual legislative reception on Wednesday, February 5th. Members of Framingham's delegation for the Massachusetts State Senate and House of Representatives were on hand at the Verve Hotel in Natick to meet with local residents and business owners. Politicians at the event discussed upcoming plans to boost local commerce, along with how happenings on Beacon Hill are impacting stakeholders in the MetroWest region.
Whether it's economic development, educational incentives, apprentice opportunities, connection building tools, emphasis on representation, constituent services, which does take a tremendous amount of our time, and commitments to infrastructure, we are here with you. And if there's nothing else, may the message be left here that we are your partners, we are here with you, and we are always available.
The city's public health department has passed along a few points of information regarding avian influenza, as reports of a virus that rarely infects humans have come in across Massachusetts in recent weeks. An outbreak of highly pathogenic avian influenza, or HPAI, was suspected as the cause of death for different types of birds in Plymouth last month, as the spread of HPAI in the state is suggested by evidence even in places without a confirmed positive case. Local health officials are reminding residents that bird flu infections for humans are extremely rare, while those viruses are rarely spread from human to human. Still, the public health department is issuing a number of tips. Birds, and other wildlife for that matter, should not be handled, especially if they're sick or dead, while pets should be kept away from wildlife. Sick or deceased birds, whether they're wild or domesticated, should be reported to either Mass Wildlife or the Massachusetts Department of Agricultural Resources. A reminder now that the Framingham Community Electricity Program will be launching next month. Official notices from the city, like the one that you see on your screen now, have been sent to local homeowners and business owners, informing stakeholders about the program, which we've covered here on The Frame. The city entered into a 2-year agreement with First Point Power with the intention of providing cleaner energy at a more affordable rate. Eversource Basic customers enrolled in the community program will be billed at a lower rate than Eversource's current basic service price. Residents and businesses do have the chance to opt out of the program by February 26th, though electricity consumers can still opt out at a later date if they so choose, with no penalty or fee associated. A public information session in Portuguese will be held this upcoming Sunday the 9th at 1 p.m. at the Brazilian American Center, or BRACE for short, on Waverly Street. 2 other info meetings will follow, one on Monday the 10th at 2 p.m. at the Callahan Center, another at 7 p.m. on the 13th, Thursday, at the Framingham Public Library's main branch. And finally this week, a preview of our Frame by Frame segment. Last Sunday, the Century Chinese Language School hosted their annual Chinese New Year Gala at Framingham State University to commemorate the start of the Year of the Snake. We spoke with key members of the school to learn more about this event, along with the work that they offer to members of the community.
I just want American people to understand more about Chinese people. As a school, we are in the middle, or we are the bridge between America and China.
The United States is an immigrant country, so we have different background from different countries, we have different cultures. So I think the introduce our unique culture to the whole community is very necessary. We can know each other more, understanding each other more, and cooperation. I think that's very important for the whole community.
As always, that full frame-by-frame piece can be found on our website, theframe.news, as well as access Framingham's channel on YouTube. That's all for this week's Framingham News in Focus. For the entire team here at The Frame, thanks for tuning in. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.